Good morning. Today I want to show you how to make a board in a mold with eco pour, and I want to achieve the terrazzo effect. So that means I have to create little shards of the eco pour first, let it dry, cut them up, and then remake a mixture, put my terrazzo chips into my mixture, and then I can pour that into the mold. So really it needs to be done in 2 steps. If you've already got terrazzo chips that you've made in the past or you've bought, although I wouldn't recommend buying them, they're not cheap and it's so easy to do. So I will show you the process now. And the product that we are using is the eco pour. It comes from Just For You Online UK, which is available as a UK or a USA website. This product comes into 2 parts, the powder and the liquid, which is the activator. And it's safe, it's not toxic, you don't need to use PPE. The only reason I use gloves is that I don't want the mixture on my hands because it's messy, but it's not harmful. And it cures within 1 or 2 hours, so you can see the result of your work in the same day. And it is just so much fun. And also you can have fun with your kids if their 10 years are over and make and create things with this material. So it's 2.5 to 1. So I'm going to weigh 250 grams of the powder, and then I will add 100 grams of the liquid. So there we are, that's the powder. Zero my scales so it's easier to see. And now add 100 grams of liquid. And now all we want to do, having one of these silicone spatulas is great because it just peels off afterwards when the product is cured. And you can use any peelings as chips, as terrazzo chips. So don't throw anything away when you're making this product because everything can be reused. So mix well. Okay, now I can divide into 2 pots. I want to do 2 colors today, and I'll try and put an equal amount in each, but it doesn't matter if I haven't. I'm literally just making the chips. And you can obviously use and do any color you like. There we go, that's done. And now I can color them. I'm using the Maya Blue from Just For You Online UK, which is a paste. And I'm going to use the Electric Pink from also Just For You, which is also a paste. And we'll start with a small amount and work our way up if we need more. This is quite a strong color, so we'll see how much color I get with it. So let's start small and see what happens. I can build up the color, but I kind of want a pink, and this is great. I didn't want it to be too vibrant. So this is perfect. I'm going to do exactly the same with the Maya Blue. Okay, my two colors are ready. I've got this silicone mat, which I get from Just For You Online UK. And for this, it's absolutely perfect because once my texture is dry, I can just peel it off and break it off. And all I'm going to do is spread this There's no difficulty here. We're literally emptying our cup, scraping it all out. There we go. And now I just want to spread it in a thin layer. I don't want it to be too thick, A, because it'll take longer to dry, but also because I want quite thin chips in my board. I don't want them to be too bulky. It makes life easier when you're creating the board afterwards, or any type of terrazzo. So just even it out. And now the pink. And now all I need to do is wait and let it dry. Probably a couple of hours, maybe less. And I'll come back to you to show you the rest of the process. Hi, we're back. It's been an hour, it's dry. And now I can just break it up. And that's why I love the silicone mats, because it's so easy to do. This takes a few minutes. Try and keep, although they're going in the same creation, but normally if you're doing some for future work, try and keep the colors separated as best you can. And all we want to do is crush the pieces up small. We don't want massive chunks because they'll be difficult to sand on the other side. So just crush it up. Okay, this is the mold that I want to fill. And the edges tend to bow out a little bit, so I'm just using tiles to keep them neatly straight. You don't have to use tile, you can use anything, but this reinforces the edges a little bit so that it doesn't, I don't know what the word is, it doesn't bow, slump to the side, and they're nice, they stay nice and straight. So that's my support, my mold ready. And now I can mix my paste. So we're back with the Eco Pour. This time I want 500 grams of powder and 200 grams of liquid. So and like before, all we need to do is mix this properly. Okay, I'm happy with the mix. Now it's time to put my terrazzo chips in, and I want to put all of them in. Just give it a bash in case I missed a couple that are too big. And the blue. Mix everything in thoroughly. And that's it. The mix is done. Now we just pour. Just gonna move that a little bit so you can see my tray better. Sorry about the movement of the video. And now all we do is pour it in. Can feel a big piece there. So just guide it to where you need it to go. In particular, this handle. Just crush down if there's big pieces. And then scrape everything out. Any residue that is left in the container, you will be able to break apart and use again later as terrazzo chips. So nothing in this particular product is wasted, and that is just so wonderful. So now grab a spatula and move things so they fit where they need to go. Tap it to remove any bubbles that may have formed on the edges. And when you're happy, make sure your tiles are properly positioned. They're not pushing in too much. Clean your edge. Don't spread that all over your floor. And that's it. This piece is now done. It will need to cure a couple of hours, possibly faster. That depends. Sometimes it's a little bit quicker, and I will show you the result when it's done. It hasn't even been 2 hours. It's actually been about an hour since I did the pour, and it is completely cured. So let's show you. And I mean, it's so easy to remove. We haven't used heat. We're not burning our molds. Don't get me wrong, I love resin and I will always love resin. But this is such a fun product to use. So, and that's the top. Now, in order to bring out the terrazzo effect, it needs to be sanded. And the best way to do it is to wet sand. So I obviously need to be upstairs for that, and I will show you how to do that. Okay, so we're back, and now it's about sanding this piece to get the colors from the terrazzo up. I've got two types of sandpaper, a coarse and then a thinner one, a smoother one, my apologies. And it's all about a bit of hard work of just continuing to sand, rinse, and then keep on sanding until you are happy with the colors of the terrazzo shining through the actual board. So a bit of elbow grease, and it takes a while, but it is so worth it in the end. I'll do it for a couple of seconds and then clean it and show it to you. And obviously, the more you sand, the more the colors of your terrazzo is going to show through. The less you sand, the less they're going to shine through. So I'll just clean this off so you can see. And look at that. Can you see this already? How much they're coming through compared to this side and the top here where I haven't done it? So that's it from me. I will show it to you once it is all done. And thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.